Hey everybody. For my project, I went into a library and I did some searching as to which libraries offered online references or reference information and yeah, reference questions. Um, yeah, the first library that I initially went to online was Cicero Public Library, but that in answering my questions, they didn't really do a very good job of doing anything outside of just offering me Wikipedia links, which was kind of just not very helpful. My second library choice was the Schaumburg Public Library, and I actually was given more than just wiki links. I was given more. I want to use the word exclusive reference choices, and I found that very helpful in terms of actually being able to access the information. And even though I didn't have a library card, the reference librarian found online references that I could actually access that weren't subject to subscriptions. Okay. The questions that I asked were my first question was a biographical question. Who is Tom DeLonge? I was personally I know the artist, musician, businessman, and I knew that looking into his biographical information would be more than just a 1, 2, 3 easy search. So, in finding information on him, as you probably saw in the video, there was more than just one descriptive underlining definition for the person. So I personally thought that would be a challenging question, and that's why I included it in my list. I only asked 4 questions during my interview, and they were the same questions asked at my online interview and the in-person one. Why did he leave Blink-182? That was a sort of a question with more than one answer. I was not completely sure what the answer would be, but I knew that there were multiple forums and lots of different routes that the reference librarian could have taken the question and given a potential answer to. So, yeah. How many bands has he been in? Still talking about Tom DeLonge here. I knew that would be a definite, simple answer. There's a right answer, there's a wrong answer to the question. So that was my concrete sort of question that I was looking forward to getting. And the answer to that question was 4. So I think the closest I got was 3, and that was because of the wiki page. And my last question was a geographic question. Where is his store? Because he's also a business operator. To the Stars located, and it was actually very nice that I got the right answer to that question both times. I found that very helpful. The only thing that was a little discouraging was the fact, it was a little scary actually, it was the fact that the online reference librarian from Schaumburg described Travis Barker as deceased, which is not true, and that would have been an easy, simple Google search just to check. But it was a little discouraging that I just got that information sort of just thrown at me, and I just really didn't ask that question, and it was just given to me, and it was misleading. So yeah. And the answer to my last question was California. It was just just looking for a simple answer. Wasn't really looking to do anything fancy, and I think both librarians just used Google Maps, which is pretty simple. You just Google Map the store and you get a really easy location. Yep. Most helpful and least helpful features during the reference interview. Most helpful was probably the face-to-face, being able to actually look at the screen and see what the reference librarian was looking at before giving me the information. I don't know if most patrons would actually look over and try to see what type of source is being used or what databases is being used, but me personally, I don't mind. I'm pretty open with when it comes to talking to people, so that actually might be something that you might want to think about if you're looking into going into reference, and being open and offering the information on the screen, because that could potentially be very helpful. Did I prefer asking a question in person? I definitely really needed to ask the questions in person. Electronically, it was just sort of a waiting game. I kind of felt a little ignored at times, because after every question there was a 10 to 15 minute interval in between the answers. It would have been very nice to have sort of been just told that I wasn't waiting for nothing, because at a certain point I was just felt ignored. I can't really say if these were successful interactions, because a couple of the questions were answered incorrectly, and to be honest, being given misleading information was just very unhelpful, and it just I was just disappointed at the fact that I had to look into something, because I was curious as to whether the reference librarian was right or wrong. I ended up looking into Travis Barker's biography and seeing if he was still alive. So, I just did not appreciate having to do that. It was an extra step outside of what I expected to do. So, the purpose of going to a reference librarian is to sort of alleviate some of that work that you're looking to invest into whatever project or question that you have, and having to go outside of that comfort area and actually do some resource searching that you didn't need to do initially is just it's a nuisance, honestly. But all in all, I just do not think I would use the online reference questioning option that was available at Schomburg again. Even though it was nice to have, it's a nice little feature. It might be more geared toward asking questions related to the catalog, which is something that one librarian did. In order to answer one of my questions, she went directly to the catalog rather than going into the Google search engine, and I thought that was very helpful. And I honestly didn't really think about using the Oak Park library catalog to do any exterior research on tougher questions. I probably would have used something outside of the catalog, and I probably would have gone into some kind of a third-party database to find the answers to whatever questions I was given. But yeah, it was very interesting to see the catalog being used, and I'm not sure if there'd be books in terms of answering these questions, because they're relatively modern questions. They're not questions that would be outside of social media sort of stuff. So yeah, I probably would not use that option again. And that's pretty much it. That's all the questions answered. And gosh, if I think of anything else, I'll write it down in the comments below, or I'll definitely post it up in my description to this video. And thanks for listening, guys. Take it easy.